Hello guys. Welcome to my another vlog, where I am very much excited to talk about how you can save money if you are planning to travel in Europe. If you are planning to travel in Europe, make sure you watch till last of the video, as the tips that I am going to give you are very useful. And if you miss by skipping the video, you might not be able to benefit much. So let's start. When we think of traveling in Europe, we often think of expensive vacations that you can only do once or twice a year. But like many regions in the world, if you look carefully enough, you will find that there are several countries within Europe that are as beautiful as France or the Netherlands. Some even more beautiful, but cost half of those countries. Some even more beautiful, but cost half of those countries. After spending some time in Europe, I have decided to compile ways we can travel in Europe cheaply with tips and tricks that I found saved me the most during my trip Europe. First one we are going to talk about is how to find cheap flights in Europe. What I found most surprising in Europe is that even though traveling in Europe is expensive, domestic flights can be extremely cheap. Like €25 for a flight from Poland to Spain, UK to Ireland, which is very cheap. You can get cheap price during Ryanair's, which is Ireland's budget airlines promotion period, which often runs right before summer. And you will save a ton of money if you book a flight during this promotional period. There are several low-cost airlines in Europe that often run promotions that you should keep an eye on. There are Ryanair, Vueling, EasyJet and Wizz Air. Domestic flights are faster and sometimes even cheaper than speed trains and buses. Keep an eye out for seasonal promotions using the links which I have shared in the description box for each airline that offers the route you want to travel. If none of the links show any discount during the period you want to fly, it is also worthwhile to browse through Skyscanner or Expedia for platform-specific discounts. The second thing we are going to talk about is how to find cheap accommodations in Europe. The second thing we are going to talk about is how to find cheap accommodations in Europe. If you are looking for cheap accommodations in Europe, hostels and Airbnb are the answers you are looking for. If you are looking for a fun vibe where you can meet new people while you are in Europe and you want to save a ton, hostels are the way to go. With a comfy bed costing as low as $10 or 15 to €20 for the best deals on hostels, I have shared the link for Hostel World in the description box. For a more comfortable stay with private rooms, Airbnb is the way to go. You will be able to save a ton while having most of the comfort you get from staying in a hotel, but at half the price. Next thing is how to get around cheaply in Europe. Most European cities often have their tourist attractions concentrated in one area, mostly the Old Town area, and you can save a ton if you explore these cities on foot. You can also rent a bike to explore the city, which is often offered as rentals in hostels around Europe. Or they can direct you to a place that you can rent one for traveling between cities. Flixbus or any kinds of buses will be the cheapest option for you, and there are many websites you can browse through for cheaper fares, such as busbud.com. Link is in the description. Trains are also a great way to get around Europe cheaply, especially if you can find good deals on Omio. Link is in the description. They are often on time, less hectic, and you are sure to be dropped off in the middle of old towns where all the tourist attractions are. So you save a bit more money as you won't have to travel far to get to your accommodation. Next thing is how to eat cheaply in Europe. Food can be extremely expensive in Europe, especially if you eat out every day. But if you wish to travel cheaply in Europe, cooking for yourself will save you a fortune. Ingredients are cheap in Europe and you can buy them at anywhere, as there are supermarkets on almost every corner in Europe. And if you are staying in hostels or Airbnb, you are sure to have access to the kitchen. So, if I have summarized, then food and accommodation are some of the most expensive expenses when it comes to traveling in Europe, and if you can save on these two fronts, then you are golden. Please go through the links that I have shared in the description box to save money while you travel. So, you will get good deals and enjoy more. Now that we have laid out all the tips you can utilize to travel in Europe cheaply, I am going to make a video for you on cheap European countries to visit in 2023. Let me know in the comments if you guys know any other cheapest ways or tricks to save money while traveling. Please like, share and subscribe my channel. It helps me to bring such great contents for you, and it will also help me reach my first 1,000 subscribers. Till next time, peace out and take care.